What's good, y'all? This is Tyree from the Boxing Syndicate, and welcome to another episode of Syndicate Talk. Today we got another special guest. Welcome, David Fecteau. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right, Appreciate you having me.
Appreciate it, dog. I appreciate you for being on, dog. I really do, dog. So we just wanted to get started and just really get into like the younger days of you getting started. So when did you get your start in boxing?
I started boxing at about 9, 10 years old. I started training at 9, had my first fight at 10, and then just been fighting ever since then.
Right. And then, so what has it been like transitioning from the amateurs to the pros? We know you got 2 pro fights on your belt, 2 KOs. How's that feeling?
That feels good. The amateurs more like busy and stuff like that. And the training is a lot, like, it's different. Like, it's a lot different. I know a lot of people that from transition, especially when they first turn pro, they like, yeah, it's a lot different because you're working hard and you're working like you're working for like a goal. Like it feels better like to train as a pro knowing it's like it's all or nothing in there. It's still like that in the amateurs, but it's still like I feel like I train a lot harder in the pros, most definitely.
Right. And then, could you tell us a little bit about your the gym you train out of, and a little bit about your coach? I couldn't find too much on him.
Well, I train in Fort Meyers. My coach is Mike Nile, and he trains. I've been with him for like 2 years now, and yeah, he got a whole bunch of good fighters. He got a fighter in the UFC. He does Nico Price. He's in the UFC. He trains him too. He used to train Brian Perella.
Yeah.
He's a PBC dude. And yeah, me and him just click real good.
Right. It just kind of linked up and it just kind of worked out, huh?
Yeah, like I moved from Michigan down here about 2 years ago, and at first I had no gym to come to, and I was just like running and stuff like that. And then I went there, and then I started sparring Bryant before he left. I was sparring Bryant. I was doing real good with him, and that was real good work. And I was like, I liked it there, so I stayed there with him.
Right, and Brian the dog, so yeah, that's some good work.
Brian's
for sure.
Good work. He's good work.
Brian, for sure. I've seen Brian fight a couple times, and Brian put in that work for sure.
Yeah, he's real good work.
And then I noticed you didn't have like a boxing name or like a nickname, at least that I could find. Is that for a reason, or is it just like, you know what I mean?
Well, like, I mean, I don't know. Like my first 2 fights. My first fight, I came out to like, it might be funny. I came out to Like a Virgin from Madonna, and like it had the whole crowd going crazy, and it was like, and like I like to make it like entertaining and stuff like that. So when they know my name, it's just my name. And then my second fight, I came out like an Elvis theme. I had the Elvis glasses, my hair slicked back, came out to Looking for Trouble with him, and stuff like that. So, I mean, I just think my name gonna be out there, just my straight name, and when I get one, it'll be there.
Right. Just kind of got to figure out, let shit play out a little bit, right?
Yeah, I like to entertain people though. So like, even though I don't got like a real straight nickname, people know, especially when I fight, they know who I am.
Right, for sure.
I like to bring entertainment.
Exactly. And then so you only got 2 pro fights. You just getting started. What was it feeling like getting ready for your first pro fight, and then obviously getting the win and the knockout?
My first pro fight, honestly, it was like a long time waiting, because I was like, I had like other dates and stuff, and then I finally got the date and the opponent, and I was feeling real good. Like I just like turned things up to the next level, like all the running, the nutrition, like making the pro lifestyle. Like amateur you can train, but the pro has to be a lifestyle. It's like everything you do, you're not just. And then, even on off days, we don't even call them off days. We call them recovery days, because we, going in the hot tub, going in the ice bath, or just going for a nice little run. And I was really stayed focused, but I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous. I was nervous a little bit, like I'm about to do this and stuff like that. Especially at the weigh-ins, I was feeling real good, confident, because I knew I trained so hard and I knew I was gonna win. But like it's still like a little nerve, like. Okay, little gloves, no headgear, a whole bunch of people watching. It's just a lot different. And I was nervous, but I felt real good, actually. And I went out there and did my thing.
Right. Just kind of had to get, your feet wet and figure out, what I mean, just throw a couple jabs, throw a couple punches, and really just kind of get relaxed a little bit.
Yeah, it was just like my first fight was like it was only like a minute long, and they kind of like messed us up because like I was supposed to be before the intermission, and then they put me after the intermission. So like I warmed up everything, and then they was like, oh, they had me waiting out to walk out like right there, and then they said, oh no, come back out, and they was the whole like the show was kind of messed up. They had me in the opponent's corner, the B-side corner, all that stuff, and they had me warm up a few times, and thought I was gonna fight like 8 o'clock. I didn't fight till like 11:30 at night. I was like, man, and as a pro, I didn't notice you have to like when you check in, you can't leave the like the little area,
Right.
especially like for like local pro shows. When you get there, you can't leave. Like you can't leave the locker room or whatever. And I got there at 5 o'clock, and I'm like, all right, I'm supposed to be the fourth bout. So I'm supposed to be, fight 8 o'clock. I'll be like, yeah, 8 o'clock. Telling everybody, like tap in at 8. It was like 8. I'm like, man, I don't even got my gloves on.
Yeah, to wait another 6 hours. Shit.
Bro, it was so long. I'm like, and I'm just like in there chilling. I'm like, damn, watching everybody fight and stuff like watching.
Yeah.
No, because we didn't get to watch the fights, but like everybody come back, and I was in they put me in the opponent's corner, so like. It was a lot of like the B-side opponents. They'll come back like all looking like sad and stuff. And then some of them actually like it was like man, because I was like like hyping people up and stuff because we was in the same locker room.
Right?
So I'm like I was giving advice, and this one dude pulled an upset. He came in there like I'm like oh man, it feels good. Like and then when it was finally my time, I just went out there and like. I swear, I had the most electrifying, walkout, entrance, fight. After the fight, I was turning the whole crowd up. Everybody loved it, but it was nerve wracking. It was big nerve wracking.
I know it had to be, finally under the lights, so to speak. You know what I mean? So I know it had to be real nerve wracking for sure. Yeah. And then. So do you have like a routine you do like getting ready for a fight? Or what's the mindset you guys do? Or is it like more relaxed, or is it more like y'all getting pumped up, y'all hype? What is that like?
For my first pro fight is a little different because I had to wait so long. But like in the amateurs, I would like just stay relaxed, and then I'm a type of person that likes to warm up a lot. I like to because I feel like I want to be like real warm. So like. Mm-hmm. I warm up like a few fights before, and I like instead of turning on the slow music, I start turning the hype music on and start like shadow boxing and doing a whole bunch of stretches, and like I got like person that like stretches me out and stuff, and like they come in there do that a few times, and then I don't know, it's just like it's nerve wracking, but like when I was in there doing the mitts and stuff, I was feeling so excited. I was like. It was like beating my chest, but it was excitement and nerves. So it was like, I feel like every time I spar or fight, when I'm nervous, I perform a lot better than when I'm just like, just relaxed because you're on that. Like everything is hyper extent. Like your senses are like, everything is so like hyper. A lot more.
You're ready, right?
Yeah, you a lot more ready and stuff like that. It's like you aware and stuff, and like just everything's just. On point.
Exactly. Just staying on your toes, It's probably a good thing you got that dough.
Yeah, you on point, and it's like you want like I'm like no one can beat me when I'm like that. For sure.
And then like according to box break, they got you at 154. Is that right?
Yeah, like I'm at 154 right now, but I'm going down to 47.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna see too. Yeah, so is that like I was gonna ask? Like, is 154? Is that like a weight you feel comfortable at, or I was gonna ask too. Like, would you feel comfortable at a 47 or maybe even a 60?
Nah, I feel comfortable at 47, and the 54 is just like at first my first couple fights, I'm like I don't want to have to like not to say drain myself, but do the weight cut and stuff like that because I walk around like 65 and so the 54 is not really anything to get down to.
Right.
Especially when I'm in camp and I got like nutrition and stuff like that. So by the time like the day before, I'm like a pound. I gotta cut a pound like in the tub, in the hot tub. That's how we was cutting it. We was cutting it in the hot tub. Boom, it just went right off. But now I'm going down to 47. I want to go down to 47 my next fight actually.
Right. You just feel, yeah. Would you feel a little bit lighter at 47, just a little bit, lighter on your toes, quicker?
Yeah, I feel like I feel lighter there, and I feel just like that's where I should be at, like 147.
Right. And then, just based on your energy, just talking to you, I know you got passion for the sport. Like, what do you think separates you from other fighters?
It's the like just the working hard and just I can do it all, honestly. Like I can box, I can bang, I can do whatever. Like that's like in the amateurs I was doing like whatever, and I learned like boxing and boxing, banging, and especially in the pros, it's like I want to work so hard. I want to do the nutrition, and I want to do it, and I like fighting. That's why I'd rather spar every single day of the week because I like it, and it's like I don't know, it just feels good. I like working real hard, and I like fighting.
Right.
I like
the
to
love
fight.
for the sport, right?
Yeah, it's the love for the sport, the sweet science, the making someone miss, hitting them, blocking, hitting them. Then it's just like, and it's just a passion for it. I got a real big, strong passion for it.
Exactly. No, I feel that for sure, bro. And then on Instagram, like I seen you got some work in with Keith Thurmans. Also seen you did some work at Floyd's gym. What was that work like?
With Keith, I was my coach brought me up there, and I thought the whole time I was like, oh, I want to spar Keith Thurmans. Like I wanted to spar him. I was like, I want to spar him, and then because I didn't think I was gonna spar him, but I was like, if he there, I'm gonna try to spar him. Right. But I'm like, because I wanted that work, and then and then when we got there, he was like, he got in there, and then he was like, he pointed at, he was like, you. He had like, it was me and two other guys, like you, and you, like get ready up, and then I was like, oh, all right, I got nervous, like everything stopped. I'm like, oh man, I didn't like. I wanted this, but I'm like, damn, I didn't think this was gonna happen like this. I'm like, all right, I didn't think this was gonna happen like this. So, I was the second person to go in, and he went with 4 guys, and we was going. This time we went all 3 rounds with him. Like we went 3 rounds. He did 12 rounds, 3, and I was actually the third dude. The first dude, he stopped. Wow, body shots. I'm like hitting the bag. I'm like, oh, all right. He's cracking them and stuff like that. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, and then next dude went all the 3 rounds, but he stopped the first dude like in the first 2 rounds, and then like the other dude came in and same thing started, bah. But he went the next 3 rounds. But I remember the dude that got stopped, he was like saying like, oh yeah. None of these dudes last. They not taking none of my shots or none of that. So it was my turn to get in there, and I'm just like, my senses and everything was on point. And I went in there, actually I did real good. Like I don't think he was expecting that. It was like the real good, good work. And then after that, he came up to me. He was like, he wanted me to be his sparring partner for that Barrios camp. And then I got in there with him and with the Barrios camp. A few days a week, up there.
Oh yeah, that's dope as hell. Hell yeah. Just
he brought me in the camp.
Yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, it was dope. But it was like, honestly, I learned a lot from that work, and I did real good with him. But some days he was like, especially at the end of the camp, he was real sharp.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to move it. I'm like, damn, he was sharp. He was real sharp. He's like, bah. And the little shit he was doing, it was like, oh, I gotta like I said, I gotta steal that too and add it to my belt.
Right, exactly.
Because he was doing some slick stuff, and I was like, all right, I gotta take that, because he was. I ain't gonna lie. Some of the days he was getting me real good, but a lot of the days it was real go burger. I held my own straight up with him. But it was. Right. I appreciate him for that, and hopefully if he have another fight, I can get back in that camp with him too.
Hell yeah, that'd be dope as hell. And I know that shit was just dope. Just obviously being in there. He, in a lot of people's books, he's a top 5, if not a top 3 guy at 147. You know what I mean? So that's dope as hell. Hell yeah.
And that's builds me so much. honestly, after that, I just felt so confident. Like, I'm getting there with him, and like I'm holding my own and stuff like that. So like, that's like boxing is a big thing on confidence. That's like another thing that a lot of fighters don't have. Like, I'm like, this is why I tell fighters, especially amateurs. I'm like, if you go in there trying to lose, you might as well do something sweet while you're trying to lose. Like, just try to do something. If you like already have that mindset where you feel like you're gonna lose, just shoot the shot, and like you gotta have that confidence where you can just do whatever. That's why after I was sparring him and was in his camp, I was just super confident. Like, I felt like I'm like, anyone else I go in there with is just gonna be like, I can I'm all right with anybody, and I know like, and it actually showed me where I'm at. Like, he's a top level dude. I'm like, it showed me where I was at with him.
Exactly, because I mean, if we're gonna be honest, it's not gonna be very many guys you come across that have talent like a Keith Thurman. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be exactly. So if you can hold your own with him, you damn sure you're gonna be able to hold your own with the guys you coming across. So for sure.
Yeah, he's real tricky too. He's real good work. I appreciate him big time.
And then I know you get a lot of work in with the guys from Michigan, Detroit area. Who are some of your favorite guys to get some work in with?
Shit, I got like, man, like I sparred like so many of them. I sparred Marlon before.
Yeah, Marlon Harrington.
Yeah, Marlon was real good work. Shit, Marco, real good work.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, Hussam, he's real good work. Shantae was from my gym. Shantae Yoder, he real good work. Man, who else? Like, honestly, it's just like so many names. Like,
right, no, I feel you.
Especially like all the dudes like we grew up with. Like, I grew up with like out there, like in Michigan, like fighting, sparring, and stuff like that. It's just like I've sparred like everybody there, and like or fought everybody there, and it's just been all like all good work. It's
exactly
like, all good work.
And then, we definitely, obviously, we big fans of you over here. So when do you think your next fight will be? Anything, you got any info on that right now?
Think in December, we just got hit by a hurricane here. So, like, that kind of put things back because, like, a lot of things got destroyed. My place got messed up real bad. And so, like, but I'm still training. I just got back, in training camp last 2 weeks, so I hope December. But next year I already got next year I'm gonna be real busy. I want to get at least like 6-7 fights in.
Oh damn, yeah.
I want to fight because that's the only way to prepare you for the next fight is this, like the fight coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta
staying active. Yeah,
you staying active, and it's like you get better every time.
Because you see what happens to those guys. Like, a lot of guys, even though they're great fighters, that ring rust, you can still tell, like, they've been out the ring for a minute, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like a lot of times, especially when you get the big paychecks, that's when you start getting that ring rust because, like, you get like a few 100,000 or a million a fight, you be like, I don't want to get in camp, man. I don't want to get in camp, like, cause you gotta watch your diet, you gotta watch your training, you gotta you gotta get punched in the face all the time, you gotta do hard ass workouts, and it's like, so you're like, I got money now, I can just go do whatever. So, but I ain't making that money like that, so I gotta train, I gotta fight. I'm like, I gotta fight here, I gotta fight here, I wanna fight here, I wanna fight here, I wanna fight whenever, and like that's just gonna build my name up like everywhere for real.
Definitely, hell yeah. And then who are some fighters that like motivate you or inspire you, or that you kind of like take pieces and points from?
Honestly, a lot of people I like, especially I like Floyd. Like Floyd, I watch a lot of Floyd. Joe Calzaghe, I like. He a real trick fighter. Roy Jones, I like too. Canelo, I like Canelo. Who else? Some old school. I like Sugar Ray Leonard. I like Muhammad Ali, of course. And Usyk. I like Usyk.
Yeah, Usyk's a dog.
Yeah, I like Usyk. And I like Wilder, too. Like, I was working out that little short right hand. That, like I'm like, damn, I'm trying to throw it like that. He just good. I'm trying to hit it like that.
Man, I was just saying, I was talking to somebody about that. Like, that didn't even look like he threw that with much power, man. Put dudes straight out.
Yeah, it's crazy, like how much power he really has, and like,
Yeah.
I be like messing around, like throwing his like, he be like throwing little like jazz, and I be shooting around, like, yeah, I'm gonna hit someone with that, they gonna just sleep. Yeah, I like a lot of fighters, honestly, you know, like
Right. And then, like, who are some guys at 154 you like to watch? Some active guys right now, or 147?
I like 54. You know, Tony Harrison. You know, he's from Detroit.
Definitely.
You know, I like watching him. He's real skilled, and like watching him is like you learning stuff while you watching him.
Right.
I like the Charlo brothers. I like watching them. The Charlos too. They simple, so it's like they don't do anything like real. They not like real like fancy with it, but they do everything like the basics like real good. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And who else at 54? Man, that I like that Fundora too. You know, it's like you can't like imitate his style because he's so damn tall. But like
he's so big, right?
He's tough. I like watching him fight. He's a good fighter. And then at 147, you know, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Keith Thurman, shit, Boots, all them.
Boots, yeah.
Like I like watching. I like watching I watch boxing so much. I like to look at every one of their fights, and I can just. It's like a different like book I'm reading every single time.
Right, and that's cool that you say. It's like interesting that you say that. Rather, I say because a lot of guys, a lot of pros, they like I don't even watch boxing when I'm on time because they do it so much. You know what I mean? So it's different to hear you say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like watching boxing because it's like I'm just a fan of the sport, and like and like especially it's like I like to see like good close fights, and like I like to watch the adjustment made, like you know, the middle of the fight. It's like you could see someone making an adjustment, and they do that, and then it's like I don't know. I watch boxing all the time, like
right. I see what you mean, though. And then, like, what could you see your career ending at? Could you see you maybe going to a 168, 175 by the time it's the end of your career?
I mean, I'm big. I'm big. I'm 6'1" and stuff, and like, I'm not like real like skin and bones and stuff. So, I think at 47 and 54, and then I can maybe see myself up there. Like honestly, like I can see myself up there, like getting bigger like that, and I think that's where I'll fill out at, and I'll just be big up there because I'm tall and I got the height and like I got the size for it. All I just gotta do is just fill out for
bulk up a little bit if you decide to take on that. Right.
And when I get older, it's gonna be like
it's gonna be easier. Yeah.
No, it will be harder to drop the weight.
Yeah, to drop the weight. I mean, right? It'd be easier to gain that weight because
then it'd be easier to gain. I'll be outside of camp. That's like what happens with a lot of fighters. They get older. They'd be like, damn, like they can't drop the weight no more.
Right, a lot more difficult for sure. And then, what's some things you like to do outside of boxing when you're not in camp or when you're not training?
I like I like hanging out. I like laughing a lot. You know, just whatever I can do. You know, laugh, have a good time. Whether like going to the. I mean, I ain't gonna say I go out that much, but I like to go to the movies. I like to go like play basketball, play any kind of sports. I love like just playing like sports, doing stuff like that. And I don't know, I like going out, like hanging out with people.
Right,
you know,
just
stuff
normal
like
shit.
That. Yeah, normal stuff where I can have like just a good time. Like it don't matter if I'm like downtown Miami. I'd rather if I'm not having a good time downtown Miami, but like you know in like just a city, just chilling, and I'm having a good time. I'd rather be there. You know.
Right,
so
exactly.
I can enjoy myself at and stuff like that.
Right. And then last question, man. Then we got like a series of like questions I ask you. But then for the last like official question, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself like top contender or fighting for a world title. Already had a world title, like having a world title and just being up there where everybody knows my name. Like it's
right.
I'm up there as the exciting fighter, and I'm up there as like people are like where I can bring like not just a boxer, just but an entertainer, and like where I can show people like entertainment, and like they'll be like, oh, that's when all the big stars, that's like the Tank, all them the big stars coming to the fights. Like I want to be like with like the big stars coming to watch me fight, Madison Square Garden or like in Vegas and stuff like that, and like. Yeah, it's, bringing big fights and like entertainment. Like they'll be like, damn, we got to get there before the fight. We got to watch this after fight. We got to, do all that. We got to watch the fight because we all know it's gonna be electrifying and entertainment the whole time. And the whole training camp, like everything gonna be just they want to keep their eyes on me. So that's how I see myself.
And then speaking of that, I know you said you want to be an entertainer. This is the last official question. So I know you said you want to, you like being an entertainer. So how do you feel about like the Jake Paul and in boxing and things like that, bringing like his entertainment to the sport?
I mean, I don't mind it because like it's Jake Paul is like different than a lot of the because I don't really watch too much like YouTube, but like honestly, since they've been in the boxing game, I started like watching like I'll be like flipping on. Cause I got this box and it has like all the fights on it, so I'll be like, I'll flip it on, and it'd be like just the YouTube card, and it'd be like you could tell they don't train, like, or they just like been training for like a few weeks. Like I was watching this one, it was like KSI, and he fought like 2 dudes
in one night.
Yeah, the first dude was rolling around the ring and stuff. I'm like, bro, come on, dog. I'm like, yeah, and like a lot of the times, but it's entertainment, so you really can't like. That's entertainment, and then the other is boxing. I see it's like, hand in hand. It's like, that's why they don't do like MMA or anything like that. They do boxing because it's more fan-friendly. Because when it's like fan-friendly, like, that's like, you can't have like 2 YouTubers do MMA match because, they do jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. So like, they won't understand.
Right.
That's why they do boxing, because it don't matter where you are. What a punch coming to your face, like you gonna or like someone's gonna watch you get a punch coming in your face. So I don't like. I mean, I don't really mind it. Like Jake Paul, I like Jake Paul though, cause he actually trains pretty hard, and like he got a tough fight tonight. Like
yeah,
he got a tough fight tonight. I think he gonna win tonight, but I wouldn't be surprised if he lost.
Right. I wouldn't either, though. You know what I mean? Anderson is a legend, obviously, so I definitely wouldn't be surprised if he like put it on Jake a little bit.
Yeah, I think he gonna like trick him, but I think just I don't know. I just think like it's hard. Like Jake Paul, he trained real hard, and a lot of people don't understand. Like, he only been boxing. Well, he been boxing for like 4 years now. If you put your time and effort towards something for 4 years, and that's all he does, that's like an amateur's. Someone like if their first fight and then they train for 4 years, they're actually gonna be pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's what and that's what people gotta understand. Like, oh, how is he gonna do that? Like, no, he trains real hard, and he already athletic, and like he's athletic and stuff like that. So he trains hard, and I like him, but. I'll bulk up and get that work with him though.
I wouldn't blame.
I'll bulk up and get the work. I'll get the bag. I'm about to say this little career, man.
You have to do that for the paycheck, Doug. Hell yeah, that paycheck will be there.
Career, man.
And then, so I got like 4 questions for you, bro. And then this will be the end of the interview. And then I'm gonna just ask you these 4 questions. You just gonna give me, your first answer, whatever come to your mind.
All right.
Cool. So, like, who would be a dream fight for you? It could be any fighter.
Like past or present? Like present now?
Past or present, don't matter.
Sugar Ray Leonard.
That's dope as hell. Yeah. Who wins tonight, Loma or Jermaine Ortiz?
Oh, Loma gonna win. He gonna win 7-round TKO.
Oh, okay, you got to specific.
Yeah, 7-round TKO with like 2 minutes, like a minute left, and it's gonna be like, dude, they gonna stop it. Bet it, bet it right now. Bet it. Come on.
And then, obviously, we didn't get this fight. Hopefully, we get it sometime soon. But Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford?
I got Errol Spence.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's a good choice too. Okay.
It's a 60-40 fight for me.
Nah, I feel that for sure. Yeah. And then, who's the best fighter at 154 or 147 that's not named David Fecteau?
Well, 54, I gotta say the Charlo, and then 47, like Errol Spence.
Errol Spence, cool. Yeah. No, that's dope as shit. So yeah, that's it, bro. I appreciate you for coming on. Make sure y'all
appreciate you, man.
For sure, for sure. And then let people know where they can find you at too, socials, anything like that.
On Instagram, David So Loved. On Facebook, David Fecteau. And on TikTok, David So Loved too. And yeah, that's it. That's all I be using.
That's all.
Yeah, that's all I use, man.
But yeah, so yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We're gonna have much more interviews, and we definitely gonna get back with David after his next fight too. We're gonna try to get back with you and do another interview if that's cool with you, bro.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all, man. You know, everyone go follow him. Everyone go subscribe. Let's get it. You know,
that dog
taking boxing over. Let's get it. Come on now.
Let's go for sure, for sure. Thank y'all, bro.
All right, bro.